This is when I met Jerry. Because I was still working at the job I was working at, and I remember that's when I met her at school because I had just started school. And when I met her, y'all don't know, y'all may not know this, but she used to have really bad panic attacks. So at the time we were in school and we had left school, I was coming home and my mom asked me to pick up my brothers. And when she asked me to pick up my brothers,
we had been dating a while at this point. We were dating for like 3 months.
Yeah, we were dating for like maybe about 3 months at this time. Maybe 2. But she asked me to pick up my brothers and I was like, okay, cool. So, but I knew that I wasn't gonna leave her in the middle of having a panic attack. So what I did was I put her in the car and I was headed back to go pick up my brothers and meet the bus at the house. Because they were in elementary school. And I was like, okay, cool. So my mom's like, where are you? Where are you? And I'm like, I'm on my way. I'm almost at the house. Meanwhile, I'm right here. My mom is right here. We're at the same light, but she's right here and I'm right here. And I'm like, I'm on my way. So I had the green light, so I kept going and she saw Jerry in the car. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. She was like, you got that girl in the car, won't, going in. So we literally pulled up at the house together, like simultaneously. And
we used to live like 8 minutes apart. Yeah,
like we didn't live far away from each other at all. Like my mom's house and her mom's house was like basically on the same street type situation. But she was like, well, you got this girl in my house going off on me about why I decided to bring her to my mom's house and
to the driveway.
Because she wasn't even coming in. She was just in the car because I didn't want my brothers to have to, like in elementary school, y'all know y'all gotta meet the kid. They can't go in the house by themselves. Somebody has to be in the house for them to be able to enter the house. So it was literally just a situation like that because I knew my mom wasn't going to take too long, or I didn't think she was going to take too long. So literally Jerry was going to sit in the car, or I was going to sit in the car with her. I was going to open the door, let the boys be there, and wait till my mom got there. She wasn't having it, so we're arguing, like going at each other's neck, and she was like, give me the keys, and I was like, no, I'm not giving you the keys. So my cousin pulled up with her, and he was like, hey Sharene, while we're arguing, me not thinking, he was like, hey, let me get the keys to open the front door. So I gave him the keys to open the front door, which also had my car key on it. And my mom was like, Jerry, get in the car now, and let me take you home. And Jerry was like, no, I don't know you. I
already met her at this point, so I don't know what that was about.
She was like, I don't know you. I'm not getting in the car. I'll call my mom. Like, I don't want to go through all of this. So it was long, like a lot going on. Like me and my mom, we went back and forth. We was cursing each other out. And basically she was like, give me the keys to the car. It was my car. I was paying for it. Give me the keys to the car. And loan the keys to the car. Don't come back in my house. And I was like, yo, for what? Like, for bringing that girl to my house. And you know that's disrespectful. And I promise y'all, she was literally just sitting in the car. So, and we hadn't even gotten, like, I didn't even get a chance to get out the car. So
that's just so weird because I had been around your mom before.
But see, and I don't understand where it came from, why she was so angry about it. But that was the moment I really got kicked out of my mom's house. And on that day, I decided to go ahead and just pack a few clothes up because I didn't know when I was coming back. And Jerry's mom was coming to pick her up. So I called my mentor from high school and I was like, hey, my mom just kicked me out of the house, this, that, and the other. So she was like, all right, don't worry about it. I'm on my way. And I was like, word. So I ended up staying with her for a hot minute.
Now you stayed with her from October to February.
Yeah, like I was staying with her for a very, very long time. And I thank God for her, period, because she was very there for me during that time. But that happened. When that happened, we were still dating. Nothing changed. She allowed her over to the house, so we still was able to chill and, you know, build our relationship or whatever. But
then we decided to move in together.
Yeah, then we decided to move in together. And in February, and even after that, my mom and our relationship still was nowhere near salvageable. Like, it was a wrap. Like, we hadn't really even said 2 words to each other by that time. And it's like, that happened in, like, I want to say, like, September. By March, April, we still hadn't talked to each other. So by March, we still hadn't talked to each other. So April my aunt had called me and was like, hey, can you come to Easter? We went to Maggiano's, and she was like, can you come to Easter dinner? And I was like, okay, cool. So I left her, went to go eat there, and then I came back, and then I realized, like, our relationship still is jacked up because I still didn't talk to my mom. Literally, all we talked about was what to order. That was it. And after that, I didn't talk to her again. So, eventually...
And my feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I was building a relationship, and she had proposed me at that point and left me on a holiday because her family didn't like me.
It was, I mean, it was rough. It was really rough. But eventually, my mom and our relationship started to get better. It took like a year for us to even really be able to talk. Period. And then even after that year, we still couldn't talk without arguing, because she always wanted to bring up how being gay was a sin and that God wasn't going to let me into heaven, and I needed
every
to
time
repent.
anything bad happened to us, like her car got repoed, or she lost a job, or we got short on a bill, well, that's why you shouldn't be gay.
And it was literally like that. Anytime I saw her, she brought up being gay and why it was wrong. To the point where she had my little brother saying to me that being gay was wrong, and them crying to me on why being, like, it was ridiculous. So literally we just stopped talking for a while.
I got physical threats from 2 of her family members. I'm not going to say who, but 2 physical threats.
So it started getting really rough. It started getting really rough, and it just was not getting better for like 3 years.
3 years?
Honestly, it got better. This is about to sound really bad.
Yeah,
we've been together for almost 6 years and less than a month. It didn't get better till we had Aiden.
Yep.
And I don't mean got pregnant with Aiden. I mean we had him. Physically had him.
That was my last straw. That was my limit. I was like, you not going to be up here telling in front of my child, saying this is a sin, making him feel bad, hurting his feelings. You're not going to be disrespecting me in front of my child. So it's either you get over it and be in his life, or we completely take ourselves out of the situation.
Right. So at that moment, it did get a lot better, thank God. We have had a few issues here and there about the situation, but I want to say for real, like, I really do think, I'm not going to say my whole family, but a lot of people in my family now have, I'm not going to say accepted it, but they come to terms with it.
It takes time to get over things. Like, her mom still has to get comfortable with calling me her wife, and I still have to get over a lot of stuff. Like, my feelings were hurt several times, and I was threatened a lot. So it just, the reason why you guys don't hear us talk about them as much, or see them as much, or be around them as much, is because we're still building.
Right. And it's kind of still hard for us to bring them around our lifestyle continuously. And it's not as if I don't have a relationship with my mom now. I definitely have a relationship with my mom.
But are we 100% being comfortable
being ourselves,
even being this close to each other in front of her?
Around her? Absolutely not. And that's just something that I pray to God that it'll get better. But has it gotten, it's done like 270. So we still got we still got to get to 360.
The fact that I can sit and have a conversation with her mom.
Right. Or they even text sometimes. And they say hey to each other. I mean, like, they speak to each other, and they're it's mutual.
We
like,
can have a conversation. I used to be afraid to speak to her.
So
like,
now
we would sit in a room and not talk to each other at all.
Right.
She would introduce me to her friends. They would invite me to family events, and nobody would talk to me.
And she would be introduced as Jerry, not my wife. So honestly, I want to say it has gotten a million times better, but excuse me, we still have some work to do, and the work is still it has to get better.
But everybody just needs time.
Absolutely. So and that's a good thing, because I never thought I would see it getting better, but it has.
And it started taking a toll on our relationship as a couple.
Yeah, we would argue every day based on the stuff things that my mom would say, or things that my family would say to me, and she felt like I wasn't defending her, but I still felt like it was my family. And you know, we got into a lot
about that. And
but
we realized we stopped being as close as a couple, because when we were around certain people, we couldn't even be a couple.
Right.
So we forgot how to be a couple after a while.
Right. Alright, so hopefully, I mean, that pretty much wraps up my coming out story.
Yeah, we didn't want to go too much in detail, because we didn't want to, like, bring up bad
things
stuff
from the past, but I just wanted to let y'all know that basically anybody who hasn't come out to their family yet, I'm not about to sit up here and be like, go do it now.
Take your time.
Because it's not easy, but do it on your own time, and it is something that you have to do, because if you don't, it's going to continue eating at yourself, and if you are in a relationship, it's going to continue eating at your own relationship. So I must say that.
Let me say a disclaimer.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you're watching this and you were part of this story, this is not any harm or any malice. This is just to tell her side of the story.
How I felt during the situation.
Right, we're over it.
And if you have a family member that is gay and you don't know how to accept them, just don't attack them. Embrace them and get to understand why they feel the way they feel and how they feel the way they feel. Because I didn't have that. I didn't have anybody really in my corner like that, except for really my dad. I'm talking about family-wise, baby. Blood.
I was about to say, God.
I didn't have anybody like blood, family-wise, in my corner to be there for me and just say, Sharena, I accept you for who you are. Except for my dad and my cousin, Erica.
Hey, I know she watching. Hi, girl.
So I really only had 2 people really that was just there for me. And eventually everybody else started coming around and understanding and being and understanding who I am. And some people now, they just don't even care.
Or they care, but they ain't throwing it in our faces.
They care, but they're not saying it every day. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't say it, period. They told me how they felt about it years ago, and they're like, all right, cool, whatever, now that's what's next.
Or to the point where they're defending us when it comes down to bringing that up again.
That stuff up. So I appreciate and I applaud everybody seriously,
for their growth.
Yes, everybody for their growth, and just happy to say that I'm not in a situation I was in a few years ago.
And
so
everybody loves this baby to death, okay?
So, again, if you are in the situation that I was in, I must just say keep your head up. Don't let it just, you know, tear you down. And don't let it be the end of who you are. And don't let it stop you from being who you are.
And sometimes in that case, when your family is not with you, you have to find you some really good friends to lean on.
That's exactly what you have to do.
See, she had a lot of really good friends she lived with. And
I did. So if you're new to this channel, this is the first video you watch.
Welcome. Hello.
Welcome to this channel. We try to keep it as real as possible. And if you want to see something else, if you want to find out about something else that might have happened or how I dealt with certain situations, I might have missed a few things.
Right, let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Again, if you made it all the way to this video, go ahead and give it a
all
red.
All
the way to the end of the video, go ahead and give it a red heart. A red heart this time.
Okay, red heart.
And we love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe.
Yes.
And if you don't have that bell turned on already for the notifications to find out when we post, go ahead and turn that on as well. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Be blessed, babies.
Be blessed, babies.